Good evening and welcome to The Wandering Wolf. I'm your host, Mark Rhodes. Alongside me, as always, Mr. Craig Forward. How are you, sir? You all right?
I'm very well, mate. I'm very well.
Good, good.
Always good to see your lovely face on a Monday.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Same,
You,
right back at you.
Now, obviously, we're fresh off a very disappointing weekend. But is your black shirt in the wash? Because that
it is. It's a
burgundy, lovely attire.
Yeah. I thought I'd mix it up.
Is it when you've got Wandering Wolf at 9 but going out on the town at 10? Is it one of those?
Going out. Well, I thought we're losing so much that I thought I'd mix up the dark colours at the moment. It's it's all doom and gloom after the third straight defeat. We were just saying, just off air, evening to Vinyl Revival and Amalu Burton Pie. I hope I've said that correctly. Thanks for joining us this evening, guys. Much appreciated.
Thanks for watching.
I think it's not the fact that we've been losing these games, it's in the manner that we have been losing them. And I think it's safe to say that our season has stalled quite badly. And I think that's due to the fact, well, there's a number of things. I think we've got to the 40-point mark. I know, like, people will be saying, like, what are you talking about? But I truly believe that a team like us, we've got to 40 points. Like, there's got to be some kind of switch in the players' head saying, okay, we're going to be playing Premier League football next season. Like,
I think perhaps subconsciously it might.
Yeah. I don't think it's been talked about at all. But I think, watching that game on Saturday just made me think that people were already on their holidays. Like, it was a shambles. The first half was probably one of the worst 45 minutes I've seen at Molyneux.
Yeah, I was going to say it's the worst I've seen probably.
A very long time. A very long time. You look at the team, and I'm going to give Bruno Lage some grief here because how did he not know to put 3 in midfield against Palace when we got completely overrun at Selhurst Park with the 2 in midfield?
Yeah,
like that would have been the first thing. Like, I can't understand the logic in not playing the extra man in midfield. We knew we were going to get, because they press, and we hate that anyway. So
it was quite out for Dendoncker in there.
It was. It was.
And I couldn't understand that. So you're right in giving some grief there, because I thought, he talked a lot afterwards, after the game, about learning the first time and learned a lot from that game and stuff, but it's almost like he learned nothing. So
yeah.
It's a bit strange, but I know we were just saying before we came on, it seems like, especially like after in his comments, which we'll come on to in more detail, I suppose, but he's having a pop at the board. And I think he's just kind of giving a message that he's very frustrated and upset, which I didn't think was the case before. But after that, I've had you got to have a total rethink. I think after some of the way that he spoke after the game.
So
you can have a bad game, and okay, we've lost 3. We came off the back of a home win against Leicester, and then we've lost, and the way that we lost and whatever. But Palace was a great chance to bounce back, and we just looked. It was the worst of the 3, obviously.
It wasn't even ordinary. It was,
and it wasn't even like we got beat by the better team. As such, we did that.
Oh yeah, we definitely did.
Team, but we didn't put up any kind of fight or try or anything.
No.
So it's quite worrying, and we've got to bounce back quickly on Thursday. Otherwise, you can forget all those good things that we were talking about a few weeks ago. And
well, Europe looks to me to be a distant memory at the moment. The way we're playing, like, we can't buy a win. Like, we've got another, I'd say, London team. They're on the precipice. They're they're fighting for their lives as well. They gave Arsenal a great game. We got Watford at home on Thursday. Like that's a huge game. That's a bigger game for them than it is for us at the
Yeah,
moment. The way we're playing, like it's what's he going to do with the front three? Like we are literally the smallest forward line I've ever seen. Like
yeah,
it was you ain't going to cross a ball. Well, we don't get anybody on the end of them anyway when we do cross the ball. But I just think like Neto, Hwang, and Pedence up front. Like, why is he not playing Fabio Silva? Like,
yeah,
I don't understand it.
yeah. There's something going on there because he's not getting the chance that he deserves, is he really?
Yeah,
I'm not sure why. We should be more dangerous. Those three that you just said. We
yeah,
should be a hell of a lot more dangerous.
yeah.
But all that being said, as terrible as it was, and rightly so, I think there's some sections of the supporters who've totally lost their head and have gone way over the top.
In what way though? I don't understand.
People could say, for instance, calling Kilman out. Yeah, he had a terrible game, terrible, but the lad hasn't put a foot wrong all season. So I think some of the criticism that they're getting is a bit over the top for me, to be honest. I mean, look at the bigger picture. We had a terrible off day, and we've got to see how we come back from it. But for me, at the moment, it's
what do you think?
Don't lose your heads.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Do you think that last minute goal against Arsenal's really knocked us about a bit more so than what we think?
Yeah, I would say that has dented confidence and really took the wind out of ourselves big time. You can't, you can't dwell on that too much. I mean, the professional footballers at the end of the day, but I really do think that that's the case. I think they're lacking in confidence. I think that took every ounce of confidence, for whatever reason, out. And obviously, after what was said, I think there's something going on in the dressing room. I think something from sort of the Leicester game, I think something's happened, or
Well, we didn't play well against Leicester. Like, let's not.
No, we didn't. But the fight was there to get
the
to grind
fight
out.
Was there, but we shouldn't have beat Leicester. This has been coming ever since we've played Tottenham. The games we've played since then, we have not played a good game. Like, there's not been a game that we've played well. However, we've got to talk about certain individuals, because I know the whole team didn't perform, but we've got to talk about the central defenders here, because I thought Cody wasn't great. I thought Soyes wasn't great, but Max Kilman very much had probably one of the worst games he's had for a year. Like the penalty.
Should he even be playing? I mean, I know that conversation must happen, but
I don't think he should be. I think he's. If we're thinking emotionally, like the stuff that's going on in the world is more important than football. I think his mind is elsewhere.
Is it said that the squad's too small? You've got no choice. You've got to play, and he's maybe playing against his will, but kind of like said, well, I will play, obviously, but I'd rather not.
Stick Dendoncker in if you don't want to change formation.
Yeah.
Or just changing for Marcel. Marcel play centre back. Like if it really is an issue emotionally, then take him out of the team, because he's been a passenger for the last two games. And I love him to bits. Like, he's been probably, other than Sarr, our best player this season. I think he's been amazing, but you can tell there's like his head's not in it, and for obvious reasons. I'm not having a go at the lad. Like he's thinking about other things, but
it just looked like everybody was sort of on another planet really Saturday.
It was really not good.
You can have defeats. You can have a bad run of form. All those things can happen, but you've got to get your head back in the game. If you can't, then you shouldn't be anywhere near the starting 11, should you?
Well, Sanders Wolves has said that it's too early to start Neto.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like you could say that.
I do
You
think
could
we've
say
rushed
that.
players back. To be fair, I agree
We've
with
had
that.
no choice, have we?
Exactly, yeah. It's not like we've got that luxury to say, yeah, make sure you're absolutely 100%. We seem to be getting players back 85, 90%, and then they just get knocked again, and that's what I'd worry about, because we've got a small squad to start with. If they take another knock, then we're really in trouble.
I did like the fact that Willy Bolly was on the bench, though. Why can't Willy Bolly start?
Yeah, but does anybody actually know the real reason where he's been?
I have no idea, but Vinyl Revival
COVID?
brought up an interesting suggestion. Bolly and Totti either side of Cody to start against Watford. We need to freshen it up, 3 in the middle. Fabio and Pedence up top. Bring Neto on later on. Why not?
I don't see why not.
I don't mind that. I don't mind.
Can it get any worse?
Mixing it up. I don't mind mixing it up if there's logic to it. Like the logic was missing with that team. I didn't quite understand where he was going with it, considering how we played against the opponents that we were playing against. They overrun us. That's the way they play. They press, and they press really well. The 2 games
they
we
play
played
really
against
well.
them,
Actually,
they are a good team, man. I really do think they're a decent team. Well, Wicks, and nice to have you on the channel. Marcel is honestly a backwards player. We have too many in the squad. We need a massive overhaul if we're to make Europe this season or next season.
Next season,
yeah, I think, next season.
Well, yeah, we do.
Are we still in it for this season? I think we might just miss out, unfortunately. But
this is what I'm trying to focus on. Don't get so disheartened by that. 2 losses, which we put our all into and got beat. But the Palace loss, let's not lose our heads. Is what I want to try and sort of focus on. As appalling as it was, I think we just got to chalk that one down as a real bad one. Bad starting 11, bad game management. Whatever else, and bounce back and quick.
The problem
if that carries on too long.
Yeah. The problem is that we've got is that we're going to be playing teams that are absolutely fighting for their lives.
Yeah.
The next 3 games, what are they like? Watford, Everton, and Leeds. Like they're all in a relegation scrap.
Yeah. Well, Everton are getting battered at the moment. I think
against Tottenham
10 minutes ago. Yeah. I think it was 3-0. Let us know what the score is if anybody's got it. But there's no easy games.
Neil, stay. Ignored again.
Where was he?
Go on. No, I'm going to stick that back.
Go on, let's put him on.
Right, midfield's the key. As you know, midfielders protect the defence and create the offence. I'm surprised Dendoncker wasn't playing the game because he was sitting 5 yards away from the pitch. I think there is this like, it's just somebody to blame, isn't it? And I think that's why some fans struggled to blame an individual on Saturday because Dendoncker wasn't on the pitch.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty out there that could have had it. So and they did.
Yeah.
So,
wow! Is it 5-0?
5-0 now. God,
no,
that is not good.
My God, I tell you what. You remember when we were saying, "Oh, get Frank Lampard in"?
Careful what you wish for.
Agreed.
So moving away from Dendoncker, let's get right into it. What did you make of the comments about the young man Hoever? Obviously, he had a poor game. Quite rightly deserves criticism, but did he deserve it in that manner and to that extent?
It depends on going forward. Is he going to be part of this team? And I think the honest answer is absolutely not. Bruno Lage doesn't rate him. He doesn't rate his commitment, his attitude. You can tell that from a mile away. He's obviously not working hard in training. He believes that he's on a par with Semedo, which is laughable. Whenever he's played, he's made a few mistakes. I know he's 20, but we've shelled out 13 million quid. Liverpool have bent us over again, as they always do with the signings that we make from them. I just think he won't be a Wolves player by the time the season starts next season. Absolutely no chance. But we won't recoup that 13 million because he hasn't given any indication that he's a decent Premier League footballer. Now, am I saying that Bruno Lage was right to absolutely tear him to shreds? Probably not. I think it was frustration due to the fact that we have got a very young group of players. There are ways of doing it, but he was annoyed. He was annoyed at the performance, and he was annoyed at the fact that Hoever basically it looked like he faked an injury because he couldn't be asked to be on the pitch. And if that is the case, then get him away from my club and get him back like to where he wants to be. I really don't rate him, and I haven't never rated him at all. I think it takes too long to make a decision. He's not as quick as Semedo. He's not on par with Johnny either. He's a backup player who thinks that he's good enough to be in the starting 11, and that is a recipe for disaster if you don't want to put the work in.
So basically, we paid £13 million for a backup.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to be a backup, and now that it's obviously Semedo's obviously come on in that time as well, leaps and bounds, made that position his own.
Exactly.
He's just. I think the poor attitude has come from that. Is that what you're kind of saying? Because like, why would we spend that money if we just don't fancy him or he's not great, or it's a lot of money to spend. Basically, is what I'm saying. Like, as a young lad, should we not be trying to nurture him? Or
I don't know. 13 million
done now, but
I'm sorry, like 13 million for a backup right back or left back is fine if you're thinking of European football in the Premier League. I don't think that is. I think that's absolutely fine. 13 million, like in the grand scheme of things, mate. When Newcastle are going to be like buying 35, 40 million, but they're going to be doing Fabio Silva's all over the place, mate. So I think 13 million is fine business-wise if he puts the work in, and he hasn't. Let's put this into some kind of perspective. Can you see Johnny having that attitude? Can you see that player, like, who's not getting a game? Granted, he's been away for a very long time, but can you imagine him moaning about being on the bench and not starting either Aït-Nouri or Semedo the way they've played?
No, well, you can't have any argument, can you? I mean, Semedo's been, undroppable. So it's one of those. I mean, who knows what he's been told or whatever? But to be honest, you shouldn't be having, when you're a young player like that, you shouldn't be having a bad attitude when you've got a fantastic person ahead of
Fabio
you.
Silva.
You should be trying to learn, and
Fabio Silva, young lad who's trying to learn his craft and he's working really, really, really hard. Nobody's giving him anything except for a massive price tag that wasn't his fault. Fabio Silva is what a young lad should be doing at a Premier League football club. He should be learning from different players and not thinking it's the be-all and end-all. I bet he didn't moan about being on the bench, even though he probably had a right to. When you've got Pedence, Wang and Neto as a front three and you're the only centre-forward in that conversation, I bet he didn't moan. I bet he didn't. He doesn't seem like the type of player. Yeah. But you see, Hoever, like, when has he ever played well for Wolves when he's come on?
Yeah, he's not great. He's not been great. So
he's not good at all.
So what does he do now then till the rest of the season?
Hope that Johnny doesn't get injured again, because I think we should change it up. I really do think we should start changing it up. If we're not,
there's absolutely no problem in switching it up.
Not now.
Thursday, is there? Yeah. I mean, you're not going to probably get a worse performance than we did at the weekend, so you might as well try it. Like you say, we're safe. If we go and lose another 3-4 games, it's not great, but it's not the end of the world.
It's not.
And you never know, it might just work. So
yeah, good one, Dutch TV. Hoever sucks. Who'd have thought it? Good.
Excellent.
We don't have the
Hey,
the
let's have
gag
the jokes
until
for the
the
end.
end of it. Vinyl Revival comes up with an interesting point here. Go on, Craig. You do it. I'm going to drink.
I think it's all about Hoever. So, yeah, wants to fight for his place, apparently. He should have gone out on loan. The Wolves hierarchy told Hoever that he would eventually replace Semedo, whose contract at Molineux expires in 2023.
Does Semedo's contract expire in 2023?
That
Depressing.
seems very short.
That's depressing. He didn't join us in.
Well, we need to get that
contract.
When did he come?
Was it 2019? God, if that is the case, then we don't want to lose Semedo.
No, we've got to get that sorted out, haven't we?
Big time. Get him on a long contract.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, you've got some big shoes to fill there if you're going to replace Semedo. That's not going to work out.
The spine of the team. Oh, there's a 2-year option to extend it. Let's extend it. You look at, we always talk about the spine of the team and stuff, and like Sarr, Cody, Neves, forward. Forward.
Jimenez.
Him no play good. Him no play good. But saying that, he came on the hour mark for Neto against Palace, and at least he was an outlet. At least he was, well, he's a big lad, isn't he? So, at least we could
something to aim for you.
It just wasn't. It wasn't a Wolves performance that. It was dreadful. Actually, it was absolutely dreadful, and that has got to come down to not only the players but also the formation that Lage played. Because I just I love his passion and I love his honesty, but sometimes he does get it wrong, and that's okay. He can get it wrong because it's his first season in the Premier League. So I think the problem is we've had a sniff of a chance of the Champions League, and I think everybody's just gone, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah. We could. And it's just like we've been brought back down to earth a little bit, which is unfortunate. But we did say, when we said it at the beginning of the season, we said this is going to be an absolute roller coaster. And we've won 12, we've drawn 4, we've lost 11. Like, that's a mid-table team. If you've just got to live with that. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. Do you think that disappointment comes from getting against so close within touching distance, and then hang on, no, take it away? Because we all know that we're probably a mid-table team. We've got a new manager, a small squad. We're punching above our weight at every turn. When we get a result, it's amazing, but then obviously to put a few together and it's like, oh God, look, we sat 7th, 8th in the table. Look what we're so close. And like, if we'd have beat Arsenal and West Ham, who knows where we could be.
That's it.
Touching 4th place, and you're like, but then obviously reality then sets in. You lose those few games, a poor performance against Palace, and you're back to where you should be. I mean, we're still 8th. It's really not the end of the world in that respect. We're still 8th.
We are still 8th.
We're in the fight, but we're not going to be around there for long if we carry on playing like that.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, you've got your Villas, you've got your Southamptons, who are just like starting to look up now and start to see a little cracks appearing, and that for me would be. I'd be gutted if Villa came higher in the league than us. I know it's just a silly thing, but like I'd quite like to be the top Midland side in the country.
But regardless of who it was above and below us, but if we finished 11th,
well, that's what we said.
It's a good season.
That's what I said.
But it'll be a poor season in perspective because of where we were and where we could have potentially got, and I think that's going to be the key theme for this squad to this era until we do start to make those marquee signings, and round we go again. It's almost like Groundhog Day.
It is, mate. I know.
And yeah, but we'll see.
But you look at that substitutes bench that we had on Saturday. Unbelievable. Like Aitneri, Jimenez, Trincao, Bolly, Silva, Johnny. What?
Yeah.
What? And then we say we've got a thin squad. Yeah, we've got a thin squad. The problem is that our 11 is really, really good, but then the players that come in are not good enough.
Yeah.
There's a massive gap.
The key, yeah.
There's a massive gap. Like you can have filler, you can have players in the squad, but if they're not doing the job,
it's like you say about Bolly. But Bolly hasn't kicked a ball in a competitive match for how long?
Yeah.
You can't just expect him to come in and be Bolly of old.
Yeah, true.
He's probably going to get absolutely murdered for the first couple of games.
Yeah, so true.
It's I don't know. Yeah, we've touched on that, and we're rushing players back, and you could just imagine him sticking Bolly in on Thursday and him, having a shocker, and then what do you say about that?
Or was it the Leicester game, or I don't know whether it was like all the players are fit, all the players, like whether that's 100% fit or all of them. If you're on the bench in a Premier League game, you should be able to come on the pitch and do a job.
Yeah.
Like that, else you shouldn't be in the squad. But are we that bad? Like Kundal, where's Kundal gone?
I know. What did he do wrong?
Yeah, I know. Stick him in the 3. If you don't want to play Dendoncker, then play him with Neves and Moutinho in the 3.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah.
I just don't get it. He played
against Scotland
so well.
Yeah.
So well against Spurs. I don't know what.
Strange, mate. It is strange.
I don't understand.
He's making some dodgy decisions, yeah.
I think he is, and I think the stress is getting to him a little bit, because I don't actually think he thought he was going to do this well, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah.
I think he's surprised, and now it's got to like squeaky bum time, and I think he's like, as the players they've bottled it.
Well,
they've bottled it.
I think he's more disappointed, and his anger's coming out because of the disappointment, the way we lost against Arsenal.
I agree.
And then to go and play West Ham, who are also flying, within the same 2-3 days, whatever it was, 3 days, to then not put in a great performance there and get beat. I think it's just frustration boiling over, I think, to be honest. And he's got to keep a cool head now.
Comment. That's an interesting one, because hi Adam, don't forget mascara. Is it mascara? He's coming back, and he seemed to be very good during pre-season. Yes, I do agree. He looked absolute mustard.
Yeah, we did forget about him.
Well, that's the thing. We've got Totti, we've got Mascara, we've got Bolly, we've got Kilman, Sois, Cody. We've got loads of defenders, but as a collective, are they good enough to get us into European football? Now, the consensus would be, yeah, they are, because of where we have been. But have we been lucky in these games? Like, has our luck finally run out? Like, I'm trying to be philosophical, and I'm trying to be, I'm trying to think.
I like it when you get philosophical.
As philosophical as I can be. But when you look at the games that we've conceded late against Leeds, we've conceded late against Arsenal, we've conceded late against who's the other team? Like, let me know, because I've got this. There's another one as well that really annoyed me. It was really late as well, but the look that we had, and we've had to get to 6th, 5th place in the league, it's just Liverpool. Thank you.
Of course, yeah.
Like last kick of the game against Arsenal. Last kick of the game again. Yeah, that was Hoever. Yeah, against Liverpool. Last kick of the game against Leeds. Granted, it was for a draw, not a defeat. But I just think sometimes it does all even itself out in the end. but then you'll find your level. And I think 8th is a bloody good level to be at.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not like I want European football more than anyone, but maybe this is where we are. Maybe this is our level. Um, but it is frustrating when you've like gone for it and you're there like fingertips. And the teams that we've played, other than Arsenal, I thought Arsenal are a good team. I think Arsenal are a good team. I think they'll get top
Yeah.
four.
Yeah.
But West Ham were not good. Were not good. It was because we were so bad, and Palace because I think they've got like this like voodoo hold over us, and the way they play, we hate pressing teams. We need teams to give us a little bit of time on the ball, and I think that's the problem. We've just played the wrong teams at the wrong time, and
Yeah.
I hope play a team like Watford who did actually play quite well against Arsenal. So it's not a gimme at all. And
No, it's not.
I hate playing at home because we're not very good at home. But then you
Yeah.
look at like something Shrewsbury Wolf. Let's get that one on, mate.
Come on, come on, come on. Here we go. Right,
Considering
considering under two different managers, we have had problems scoring. We need to look at our attackers. On paper, they're very good. Maybe we overhype them because at the end of the day, we can't score.
100% correct.
Yeah.
We have overhyped our attackers for a very, very long time. I think it's really tricky, as a lot of teams have found in this league, to find a striker that can consistently perform and consistently score between 10 and 15 goals a season, which not only keeps you up, but it also you fight for those European places, which I think we would want to do. I don't think Jimenez is there. I don't think he has been for a while. Fabio Silva's not ready. We need another striker.
Yeah.
We need a striker more than we do a midfielder, in my opinion. I think a striker is a huge, huge thing next season.
Yeah, something like Ivan Toney, something like that.
He ain't coming to us, mate. He's going to Arsenal. He ain't
so?
going from Brentford to Wolves. Like that for him would be a sideways step.
Yeah.
We know it isn't.
Somebody like him.
Like a big mobile forward who can play in a 2, because I think we should play a 2 up front, because that's the only way we're going to start making some chances, because we've not created anything.
Yeah.
Dents is the only one at the moment that I think has any chance of sparking something. Neto will get there because of his fitness coming back, but Hwang, for me, if he's not facing the goal, he loses the ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, where do you sit with Hwang? Because obviously he's shown a bit of promise, but is it enough? Where do you rate him, sort of, at the moment?
Tricky, because you can't argue really with his goal scoring record. It's as good as anyone in the team. For me, he doesn't get into my front 3. At the moment, I'd go Silva, Podence, and Neto.
Yeah.
But then bring Hwang on for Neto when he's struggling for fitness. I think he's a good impact sub for me. I think he did a really good job against Leicester when he came on, when we were trying to hold on for the win. I think he held the ball up really well, and he went into the channels, and he's good with that. For me, he's not a starter. But then you look down the line, and then you go, well, where does Trincao fit into all of this? Like, I don't see Trincao as an integral part of this team or squad.
Yeah.
Being
I
honest,
think he's struggling, you know.
Yeah.
The longer it goes on, the more it is that he's, not there yet. I don't want to say he can't get there, but he's certainly not there yet.
Yeah, I agree. Dutchy TV. Let's go with that one, mate.
sides above us will start playing against one another in the coming fixtures, it could look more favourable for us in the coming weeks. That is, if we start winning again.
Well, that's the thing, though.
We can't be worrying about everyone else. Just got to win our games.
No.
But to do that, you've got to put a performance in.
We've got 11 games left. And they are all.
Is that all?
Yeah. Yeah, played 27 games, mate. I know. I can't believe it. We've got Liverpool and we've got City to play, and Liverpool last game of the season, and City at home. City hate playing us at home.
Yeah.
They hate it. And then you look at some of the games we've got, like Everton, Leeds, Watford, Villa, Newcastle, who are playing well, to be fair.
Those sides seem to have turned it around in the last.
Yeah, but I think
like you said, it'll all level itself out. It'll all level itself out.
Spend 80 million in January, mate. Like you got that kind of money, And we got Chelsea away. Oh God. Thanks for reminding me.
That's going to be a good one.
And there's Wolves. I think
that's true. Shrewsbury, knowing us, we'll probably win more points against Liverpool and City than the put together. Oh, God, that sounds about right.
I hope you're wrong. But yeah, you are probably right. The frustrating thing is that if we put we have not put a 90 minutes together for as long as I can remember. Even against Tottenham, we scored them 2 goals and then we shut up shop. If we would have gone for it even more, we might have even beat them 3 or 4. The way we were playing, that's the thing. I think we do play too defensively, but the problem is now is that defense, people have started to figure it out now, and there's a lot more shots coming in. And Palace, every single time they went forward, they looked like they would score. Every single time.
Yeah.
That's depressing. If Palace can do it,
we've got to start playing with. We just got to get that confidence injection back. I don't know who's going to do it ready for Thursday. Though. I don't know what it is, but we've got to have that belief that we can, especially at home, we can just beat anyone. But it's going to be.
I know what you're saying. I think what we need is a really, really good start. When we score first, we usually do well. I know we lost against Arsenal, but there ain't many games we score first and lose. That I can't. That's the only one I can remember. But we need to start scoring. If our defense is struggling, and it is at the moment, then we need to start putting the ball in the back of the net, because this is not. It's not great at the moment. It really isn't, and you can tell that from the way the players are. They look really down, and they shouldn't. They shouldn't be. It's disappointing, but
I think it could go really wrong really fast if we're not careful. Like I say, everybody's playing each other, and it could be favourable in one breath, but also if we don't get any results, it could look, quite a lot worse. We could drop quite just as quick as we were climbing.
I agree, mate.
And if we do that, I won't be one of them, but I think the fans are going to turn so quickly because we didn't invest in January. And it could be quite a sour place in a few weeks' time if we don't get our act together quick.
Yeah, I agree, especially at home, because I think that's where most of our bad performances have been this season, if I'm being honest. There ain't many games at home that we've shone through and played well. I think looking at the squad as a whole, if we can keep them fit, and he's got like a pre-season with them, I think he can do something really special with the players that he's got. We do need we need a striker. We need a centre midfielder,
I
and we
think
need a. Do we need defender? I don't even think we need defender.
I think
I
to
don't even know.
compete in the Premier League every year is getting more and more difficult to, because everybody's strengthening.
Yeah, true.
We can't keep getting away with it.
No,
I feel like we've got away with it the last couple of years.
Yeah,
because we've had this, whether it be a magical team spirit or the Nuno magic and then the Bruno effect, whatever. I think we're getting away with murder, to be honest, at the moment.
I think you're right, man. I think you're right.
And you can't compete on all levels. I mean, look at the FA Cup. Look at the issues they're having now. Look at the uproar in January. You can't keep getting away with it. You've got to, if you want to be around and cement ourselves as a Premier League club for the long run, you've got to.
What do fans expect, though? What do fans what do fans want us realistically to get to in the next 5 years? If this is the model that Fosun have got for us, and other teams are, Newcastle are going to be a force next year.
Yes, yeah,
they are. They're going to be going for top 6. I think Villa will buy a lot in the summer as well, because they'll give Gerrard some cash.
They've got to invest in him, haven't they?
Yeah.
I'd like to say Newcastle. That's what I mean. It's going to get harder.
I think are we a team like Southampton who know their place and kind of just that 10th or as high as they can get is probably 8th, 7th. Are we one of them? Are we can it continue to be them, or are we going to aspire to what Fosun said originally, where they wanted us to be challenging for the league? Because depending on what they want, that's what it's going to be. If we keep on staying in the Premier League, they're laughing.
Yeah.
They're laughing. We're
just those 1 or 2 marquee signings away from being an actual real force. And I think that's going to be the killer in the end, because the fans are going to turn on the board, and it's only downhill from there.
Which I find
it's going to be toxic,
absolutely staggering.
Yeah.
Right. Shrewsbury Wolf. Let's get that one on.
Which one at the bottom?
Yes, mate.
Okay. In 5 years, I'd like to be challenging for the top 4. With added competition, it'll be harder, but we have a good platform to build from if it's a big if, we invest the money and don't neglect the team. So, 5 years, I think that's... People are going to have a lot of patience to wait 5 years, I think, after how close we've been previously.
Well, a lot of them haven't been following Wolves for 5 years, so who are giving them grief. But I understand. But Fosun shouldn't have said what they said. That was the issue. It's I think they didn't realise just how hard it is to actually get a team up into the top 6 with the money that is being bandied about.
Yeah, but in their defence, there has been a global pandemic that affected their business. In a way that you'd never have guessed. You could never have seen what was going to happen.
No, I know that.
Football stopped and shut down, and
Yeah, but you could say that about every team that's in the league, couldn't you? I know.
Yeah.
It's
not
every
team said what they said, did they? Not every team's in our situation. That's unique to us. So
true. But
whether it's true or not, they can always throw that one out there anyway. They can just say the next fans parliament thing, whatever, when they sit round and they can just say, "Oh, COVID." What argument have you got?
So true. Yeah, a lot of people do that when they don't want to go to work.
Yeah.
COVID.
A few times.
Yeah. Watford and Everton next. What team would you play and why? would you play it?
Well, I'd start with Sarr in goal. I'd have Hoever on the right.
Whoa.
Joe.
You joke.
Well, there's this argument whether, is Johnny. Are you going to risk him and have him back in the starting lineup from now on? I think I really like the idea of the team that in the comments earlier on. Again, you got the same kind of issue where you're kind of getting Bolly back, but you got Gomez and Bolly at the either side of Cody. Get Kundal in there, really, really change it up. Yeah, I think you're probably right in saying that Hwang's probably not quite doing enough to get in the starting lineup at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But then he's Jimenez. I'd definitely get. I'd definitely start Silva with Podence.
Correct.
And Neto probably. He's obviously hungry and looking to get back. He wants to show and prove and score. So I think that's got to happen.
Mate, that'd be my three as well. Definitely. Yeah. Absolutely, 100%.
And then it's just what kind of side of Watford. I mean, I haven't really watched too much. I haven't really seen a lot of them, but whether that would mean Dendoncker coming in or whether you could play Neves with Moutinho
I would not play Dendoncker in a 2 ever.
No.
He's not a player that plays. It should play in a 2. He's just not. Saying that, would I even go? I'd put the extra man in midfield. I think we play better in a 5-3-2 at the moment. I think we need the stability of an extra man in midfield.
Yeah.
I put Kundal in there. I'd play.
Yeah.
I'd take Moutinho out. I'd play Kundal, Dendoncker, and Neves. I'd probably drop. I'd play Neto and Silva, and I'd drop Podence. And I know that's mad.
He's the only one creating anything at the moment.
No, I know, but
you're crazy.
Yeah. I'd either because Neto won't play full 90.
Yeah.
Maybe swap it at half time. I think either start Podence, bring Neto on, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Play Silva up front with the two, because I think Podence and Silva played. They played well in. I know it was Sheffield United, so it doesn't really count, but they played really nicely. They linked up really well. I don't think you play Marcel. I don't.
No,
I just
no,
don't.
No.
I think just get rid. Aitnery and Johnny for me start. And
is
I think
injured or is he all right now? Because for me, he's
Aitnery. Yeah, Aitnery's all right.
Yeah,
I think.
Well,
yeah,
he's got to start. He's got to start because
I don't know why he wasn't starting before. He was on the subs bench on Saturday.
He offers so much more going forward.
I don't. I can't believe that he didn't play instead of Marcel. I can't believe that. That's nuts.
Yeah, strange decisions. Yeah.
Johnny plays for me. Oh, he had COVID.
COVID. Yeah.
Well, okay, fair enough. Why is he on the subs bench then?
He's getting over COVID.
Okay. Fair enough. But Aitnery,
you didn't look happy with that.
No, not on the.
Why is he on the
bench? Okay, so Aitnery comes in definitely. I'd play Johnny. I'd drop Kilman.
Yes. Yeah.
I think I'd start Bolly.
Yeah.
Why not? I'd start Bolly. I'd play him with Cody and Sais. And let's just see where Bolly is. And I know it's not ideal in playing in a Premier League fixture to see where he is, but I think.
Well, if he's on the bench, like you said, he should be able to come and do a job.
Yeah.
So
that'd be my team. That'd be my team. I'd play 3 midfield as cover for probably Bolly not being up to. But I just think Kilman needs he needs a break from football at the moment. I think
Yeah, absolutely.
he needs somebody to put their arm around him a little bit because
Well, his performances have shown it the last couple of weeks, and
yeah.
you don't need to be a genius to work it out, do you? So
Absolutely, yeah, and I'd really rate him. Like he's been fantastic this year, and it'd be such a shame.
You can't have these
Tails
performances, affect his progression.
Yeah, it would be really bad.
So prediction for Watford Thursday?
Draw.
A draw?
Yeah, I think it'll be a 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I think
who's going to score?
Fabio Silva, and he'll score like a really late equaliser. Just spare our bushes because we've been so shit
I hope it's a
during the game. That's what, mate. Like, I'm just telling you the truth. Like, I ain't coming on here and saying, "Oh, we're going to spank him 3-0," because we're not going to. We're not good enough at the moment.
I was going to say goalless draw, to be honest.
Watford are fighting for their lives, and I think they'll come out all guns blazing, and we'll be lucky to get a draw. I think we've got a better chance against Everton.
Well, yeah, judging by tonight, I think it's still 5-0.
Oh, just still 5-0. My
So,
God. I think we have. I think we've got a much better chance against Everton. I think Watford, like, they're just fighting, aren't they? I think Everton are shambles. I think Lampard's a joke of a manager. Fantastic footballer, but doesn't always work out. Always work out. It really doesn't. And I think Everton and one of Everton and Leeds are going down this season. Burnley won't go down. They don't know how to.
Yeah, they'll find something somewhere.
They will. One of Everton, and if there's a bet that I can put on, I'm telling you now, one of Everton and Leeds are going down this season.
Okay, interesting. I'm gonna say out of those two, Leeds will go down because I know what you've just said about Lampard, but I think he will turn it around. I think
they got Ted Lasso in charge of. He's sound. We didn't sell Traore. He wanted to leave.
Yeah. Well, just quickly on Traore, I'm seeing everybody's saying shouldn't have sold him, we shouldn't have got rid of him, blah blah blah. He's had this many assists and he's had this and that. Well, they're a different team. It's a different league. It doesn't work the same. It's
completely different.
It's not as like for like. It's completely.
Did you see how much space he had to put in all those crosses for Barcelona?
We also do. We go and rip it up in Spain. That's what he should be doing.
He should, yeah.
I'm very pleased for him. But
yeah, no, I really am. I really am. And I hope they take the. I don't know who it was, but somebody said that we will take Trincao in instead of Traore, like a swap deal. And I think that's what's going to happen. Unfortunately,
it's probably done already.
Yeah.
There's no going back now.
Yeah. Week on week summed it up perfectly with Barcelona. He's in a team where players run into the box. He's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Whenever Traore put a cross in, there's no one in the middle. Like literally no. There's about 5 for Barcelona because they don't need to defend. That's it. Rubber Dinghy Rapids. Also, Jimenez needs to get picked on. He picked up on his dossing around like that. What's he doing? Hanging around 30 yards from the opposition goal. Well, he ain't scoring.
Together.
He ain't scoring. Don't want to pay this up. All right. Well, thanks for your comments, guys. I don't think there's anything else left to say other than it can only get better.
Well,
it can only get better. I know I've said we're only going to draw against Watford, but I think that's a bit. I'm trying to be as pessimistic as I can because next week when I come back and Craig's going to go, look at him, banked him. That would be great.
Well, no, but usually I'm there saying,
yeah,
2-0, 3-0. But no, I think, to be honest, as long as we put a performance in, I'll take a couple of draws just to get back on track.
Yeah.
To be honest, but we'll see. It can really only get better, and my God, if it doesn't, we're in for a lively.
Mate, you're 40 points, still a Premier League team. Fine, chill out. Where's our joke to finish off?
It came earlier. Let me find it.
Come on.
Go on. I'm not sure I get it.
I was walking with my nan's Ming vase when Batman came up to me and hit me over the head. "Tapow," said Batman. "Do you mean kapow?" I said. Batman replied, "No, because you have China in your hand."
I think these are
they're a bit too old for Craig. Tapow did a song called "China in Your Hand." That's why it works so well.
Good
God. Sorry, Ian.
Is that one for the granddads, yeah?
It's
the
one
40
for the
club.
granddads. Well, I got it, mate. I got
Fair
it.
Play. Fair play.
Yeah, I like that one. That was good. Let me.
Nan's, yeah,
it's very good. But yeah, anything else to add, mate? Before we,
I think we've got to end it there.
Yeah, I think so. Cheers, Ian. Yeah. Let's just see where we are. Obviously, we've got the Thursday game, and we got Everton on Sunday, have we?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be Sunday after a Thursday game, innit? So if that's the case,
might be Friday.
You're 42, Ian. I'm 40. So
42.
Yeah, we're in the same bracket here.
Keep them coming.
So yeah, we'll see where we are on Monday. Hopefully, we'll have 4 or more points. But hey, I'm not putting anything past us at this point. But yeah, always lovely to speak to you, Craig, and I shall see you on Monday. Thanks everybody for getting involved. Always love interacting with you. Give us a subscribe if you haven't already, and follow us on all the socials. We've been Wandering Wolf. See you next week.
See you later.